Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. I had another beautiful day today. It's a beautiful life. And I'm hoping you guys have one too. I'm sorry, but the call I made last night looks like it's coming through. I actually I still receive, or I shouldn't say but my wife's account still receives referral money on BitMEX. Very little. I mean, it's like maybe $50 a month worth of referral money. So I went in there, and I hadn't gone in there in months. And last night I just looked at the charts. I saw what I saw in Aurochs, and I said, you know what? This looks like we need to go short. So I went short, and I'm up like 350%. I just closed it out right now. Like, yeehaw! DGen Randy wins again. It's been a while since I traded on BitMEX, but I just had a feeling last night that the market was peaking out. We're going into the full moon, so I traded it, and so far it's working out nice. So we'll see how that goes. What you talking about, Hex? What you talking about, Willis? I guess like that cover photo. Let the bulls run wild. Well, I'm hoping, but we still have a lot of wind in our face, macro stuff that can slow down this mini bull run that we're having. The Fed is meeting tomorrow. Let's see what they say. Got him. I thought we were still in the bear market. Yeah, I think we are. I am a bear, guys. I'm not a bull yet. I'm wavering waving on the fence, but as I said last night, I don't think we're done yet. I think we need another baseball bat to the kneecaps to finish off this market. I mean, I had a great meeting yesterday with my friend who's big in Ethereum, and he seems to think that the bear market is done. And I kept saying, I'm not seeing the battle, that battle where you have the bulls and the bears, Well, we went straight from bear to bull. Since when in history? That favorite term everyone likes to say, oh, it's different this time. Is it? Is it different? What are you talking about, Willis? Guys, you young bucks have no idea what we're talking about. What in the world has changed so much to let this go and stay above water? Canada stopping rate hikes? I think not. Yeah. Well, I think they're going to have to stop rate hikes, but they're not going to lower them either, right? I think that's what's going to happen over the next year. The U.S. is probably going to announce tomorrow. They're probably going to do the quarter point. And then next month or whatever the next meeting is, maybe they'll do another quarter point. And then they're going to say, okay, for now, this is all we're going to do. That's what I'm saying. What's the Fed going to do? Hey, everybody. Hey, Ted. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a small rate hike. 250 in Ireland. Good morning, Rico. Wow, you're up and you're watching my show. I'm honored. Turn off the AC. Hopefully it actually shuts off. There it goes. Cool. Last night it ran for like 10 minutes after I shut it off. Funkmaster Hex, yes, please get those likes up. Hey, Randy, reporting for class. Thanks for all you do. TextX, welcome as usual. Doug, hey, Randy, new Hexkins. Love that kid. What are you talking about, son? We used to watch it in our household. Right, Mom? Oh, God. Good morning from Thailand. Thank you for your work, Randy. Hex Thailand, you are welcome. Hey, guys. Hex, I cannot wait to see what happens when Pulse Chain launches. With our Patreon that's going on right now, as you guys know, I'm meeting with everybody. Anybody who signs up for Patreon, we get together and we have a little meeting. And I've done, I think, about 7 of them so far. And you come to a lot of conclusions. You get a lot of ideas where we're going when Pulse Chain launches. And one thing that's starting to become clear is, with talking to everybody, is that there's a lot of people out there that bought the narrative that you buy Hex to get the copy and you could sell your Hex in order to get Pulse Chain. I think a lot of people are, early on fell for that narrative. Well, that narrative is, in my opinion, is crumbling now, because if everybody does something, it's not going to work out. It was okay when we thought that Pulse Chain was launching within a couple months, but now that we're a year and a half into this, it's not such a good narrative anymore, because the whole thing with the lemmings going over the cliff, you don't want to be one of those lemmings. You want to be going the opposite direction of where the lemmings are going. So maybe that's not the play anymore. Getting your copy would be cool. We'll all get our copies, but it might be that PHEX gets just hammered in those first couple days before the pre-bridge. So be careful. You don't want to come in on day 2 and just click market buy and to get some Pulse Chain, and you only get a handful of Pulse Chain because the price of PHEX has dipped so much. So be very careful. What I would be more likely, or for me, what I'm seeing the possibility being right now is going from Pulse Chain or Pulse Chain to PHEX. If everyone's going one way, it's smart to go the other way. If you don't have Pulse Chain, then there's not much I can do. Since the narrative has just been washed out, in my opinion. We're 18 months into this. That worked for the first couple months. That's not going to work anymore. Same thing with the PulseX. A lot of people bought PulseX because they want to get Pulse Chain. Well, that means that if a lot of people sell PulseX, it's going to be a nice discount on day 1 and maybe day 2. And you might be able to move some of your Pulse into those and make a nice trade. We were at the Irish pub tonight, hanging out with one of our fellow Hexicans, and we were talking about this. And he seems to think that's kind of what's going to happen too. Good evening, Randy. RH has been awful quiet. Coming soon? Something coming soon? I said that the last time he went lights out, right? I was thinking that something was coming soon, but no. My nose is itchy. San Antonio Hexco checking in, shipmate. Uncle Will, good to see you, sir. Ben, hello, Ben. Ben's also helping with the with our Patreon. It's his course that we're going to use probably in March. My nose is tickling. We're going to do a live course. We haven't decided on what the prices are going to be yet or anything like that, but it's not going to be expensive. I'd rather have a lot of people learning and be very happy than just a few. But we can also do different courses too later on that are way more intense, maybe a little bit more personal. We could do those too, but those obviously we have to charge more for those. I wonder how many people out there still saying bull trap. I'm kind of saying that. I'm not saying it's so much a bull trap, but it's with the prices right now, the way it's looking on the charts, it's not pretty, especially going into the full moon here in a couple of days. Let's look at that real quick. Moon phase. Okay, so we have 5.6 days. 5.6 days until the next full moon. This is generally when the shit hits the fan. So if it's going to happen, if the market's going to start tumbling, it's going to be over the next 5 days. Ben says, nice meeting you today, Randy. I appreciate you, brother, and all you do. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. It was awesome. Always happy to see your live stream. Putting Guru, thank you so much. MJ Money, 777. Great day, friends. What's up? Oops, down. Yeah. That's true. Hey, Corey. Hey, I'm meeting Corey tomorrow morning. Looking forward to that one. I've known Corey now for, I don't know, almost maybe 6 months to a year. And he's been live streaming with Dane, and he's got vast knowledge. If you guys want to go on a good live stream, you want to follow those guys, Corey Geary and Dane. They know what's up, and Corey's got vast amount of experience with real estate. So he takes the stuff that he knows from there and brings it into crypto, and that's just it's kind of like me with gold, but he does it with real estate, and it's really interesting. What are you talking about, Willis? We're gonna go with this tonight. Hi Z. So I was just sitting there. I'm like, what should I do for a cover image tonight? I was looking. I looked. Typed in doubtful, like for like meme faces, and he popped up. I was like, oh man, perfect. It's my generation. So yeah, this is awesome. Hi, Sandy. Ovidian, good to see you. Soldier Pete, reporting to duty. Are you working, buddy? You're always working. Academaciated, evening all. Crypto Cashew, good to see you. Funkmaster Hex says, hey, Renders, not financial advice, but is it time to dump the rest of the dry powder into the market and strap in? No, not yet. Maybe. I'm just not convinced that we're going into the bull, guys. I'm not convinced. So maybe DCA in 5-6 days, maybe put in a portion of it and just wait and see what else happens. We are coming into a very painful time in the greater macro markets. Just because the Fed is going to slow down the rate increases or just not do them anymore for a while does not mean it gets easier. It does not mean that companies are going to be able to borrow money at cheaper rates or that people are going to get home mortgages at cheaper rates. None of that. It just means it stays the same. And it's already super painful for companies right now. It's super painful for the whole market. People can't get credit. It's going to bring down real estate. It's going to bring down the car market. It's going to slow everything down. So what happens? It means that companies are going to report numbers that are terrible. And it will go through until the end of 2023, in my opinion. That means that we're likely to have kind of a tough time in crypto too. I don't think the bull's back. I think we're just starting with the bull. It's just a sign that we're going to have the battle now. I got into it last night with my buddy because he doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe in the whole battle. Let me just show you guys up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about here. Let's find a good coin. A good coin is Hex. Let's go look at it. Hex is a perfect battle right here. This is the battle going into the bear market. So this is a monthly. So we had the green ORX indicator, then we had the red ORX indicator, then we had the green ORX indicator, then we had the red ORX indicator, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months of red. That's a battle. Man down, right? It just went down. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm looking for this. I don't see that yet. Hex has been green for 3 months. It's just bizarre. We haven't had the red ORX indicator show up again. I'm not saying the ORX indicator is the all in all. It's the only thing that you should look at, but it's been very good at telling us when to buy and sell. Let's go on the weekly and go back to that same time frame. Right up here, right around here. This is where we had our battle going up. So, maybe when was this? That's July 2020. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to use that one because that was the sacrifice. That's a bad time. All right. So we had sell, then we had a buy, then we had a sell, we had a buy, then we had a sell. that's on. Whoops. What happened? What did I do? Oops. I wrecked something when I dragged it. Ah, crap. Oops. Let me see if I can. There we go. Oh, what the hell happened? Sorry, guys. I wrecked my charts. I think I'd have to drag this one to this one or something. Ah, crap. Well, I think I wrecked it. Bitcoin's fine. Go on the weekly Bitcoin. And this was October 2021. Bitcoin was 67.8. So we had the buy, peaked out, sell. Look at that. We haven't seen, that's when it shows you where we're going. We were so overbought that it just went all the way down. Look, greed. Then hammer came in. Boom. Fear. Another greed came in, but it didn't show up in greed on the chart. But it was just that what we're talking about is happening right now, like a fool's pump, and then it just goes sideways and then dump again. We have to be careful. I'm not convinced. I'm not a TA guy. You guys know that. I just use charts. Demand index is looking great. The sentiment is very positive at the moment, but I'm not falling for it. Not falling for it yet. There's something that tells me that it's going to get bad once again, and it could happen real quick. So right now, Bitcoin, we're down 3%, almost 3.5% from yesterday. Let's see what the daily says. We still got the red Aurochs indicator on the daily. Look, we had a nice bull pump last night. Remember, when we were talking, and then boom, it gets just hammered. We're at 23.9. I shorted at like 23.850, and then boom, something else. And the demand index is coming back towards zero on the daily. I know I'm showing the chart early tonight, but it's because I have the main talk tonight. The main thing I want to discuss is the fact that the markets are looking very frothy right now. Can we use that as a term? Here's Ethereum on the weekly. Look, nice pump, and we got to have the elevator down, guys. And this week is the full moon, and this is generally when the market goes the other way. Demand index heading down. There's less greed today or this week than there was last week. See on the daily. Got the red Aurochs indicator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days into that. And will tomorrow be the day that it finally just slips, or will we get a pump back up? No one knows. When the Fed talks, we'll see. What if the Fed says, hey, we're going to do just like Canada, and we're just going to do this one last raise, and then after that, we're going to just tread water for a while? If they do that, we might get a massive pump. Poor Hedron. What an ugly chart this is. This is on the weekly. And look, we got 2 days of buy, and then boom, so Hedron just can't catch a break. So I hope I'm not just doing the blender in your brain. I just, when you have a mindset of something that's going to happen, you look for the signals of that. And I understand that. I am a bear, so I'm looking for bearish sentiment and bearish things in the charts. Right now, it's pointing towards bullish, but I'm having a hard time accepting it because I know that out there in the real world, it's jacked up. There's bad stuff happening in the markets. There's bad stuff happening in the currency markets. There's the BRICS are making their own digital currency, and it's gold backed. And Saudi just announced that they want to start redeeming, selling gold or oil for gold. Saudi just applied to join the BRICS in their financial system. These are the kinds of things that you're not going to hear from most crypto people. It's because I come from the gold world. I watch these things. I just found a new person tonight. It was thanks to one of my Patreon users. His name was Jeffrey Snyder. Let me share this. Jeffrey Snyder, absolutely amazing. I watched one video of his and I'm already sold. This guy knows what he's talking about. It's called Jeff Snyder, host of Eurodollar University channel, chief strategist, Atlas Financial, Monetary Science Reborn, putting central banks where they belong. And I'm going to definitely become a member of his channel. Why does the Fed believe inflation remains the greatest risk? Because it has so screwed up the economy from a long time ago that policymakers can't admit the truth. He's from my area too. I think he's from the Buffalo area. He went to Canisius University in Buffalo. But he shows all these different charts and stuff. Just blows my mind. This guy really knows what he's talking about when it comes to economics. I come from the libertarian background / anarcho-capitalist. So whenever I hear someone talking about Murray Rothbard and people like that, I'm like, what? What'd you say? Let's talk about it. Library, did they, Rod? What happened? Let me look it up. LBRY. See if it's anything on Twitter before I pull it up here. SEC, what can we do to get into compliance even if we lost? Well, it looks like I'll have to pull this up separately. Okay, here we go. I got it. Just sat through the library.com court case. It was awesome to see it front row. Did a phenomenal job. Judge admitted token is not the security. Awesome. But would not go so far as to put it into his final ruling due to SEC not asking for the ruling on that. But SEC openly admitted it. Oh, wow. That's great. What else I got to say? The SEC government lawyers in the library.com case conceded that secondary market sales of LBC tokens do not constitute a security. No one fights harder for the crypto community than John E. Deaton. Imagine how easy the SEC would have it if it weren't for him. Exactly. Now here's everybody out on the steps. There's Jeremy, the CEO. All right, that's great. You guys, for those of you guys who do not know, I'm a pretty decent holder of library token. I have library credits. I use Odyssey, and if you haven't signed up for Odyssey as a backup to YouTube, that is down below. My hexagon's a little bit crooked today. My son, I don't know. He just decided today that he was going to turn the light on for the fish tank on his own. So he got the stool and he went to go do it. And the stool fell over and hit the cabinet thing here, whatever it is. And the face of this needs to be re-glued. So yeah. So even the hexagon's a little bit off kilter. Well, that's great news about library. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate that. That puts me in a really good mood. Morning from down under. I've only seen a Taipan and a red back this morning. Hopefully you make it here one day. Oh, you out there fishing? Nice, Ivor. T-Bird, another Aussie in the house. Good to catch you live. Most of Europe is still sleeping. Yeah, I agree. Namus was going 8 mode today for COM coin. What is that? Communis? Is that the one you're talking about? We got Fed announcement and God Whale end stake all this week. What do you think? Well, the God Whale tends to be very good for the ecosystem. So the Hex ecosystem. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but if the God Whale sells, oh boy, get ready. But the chances of that happening is very small. The Fed announcement, you guys heard what I said about the Fed announcement. Morning, dude. I'm working my butt off as usual. At least I catch you live, though. Stas, get it. Get that money. ChatGPT is scared of your wife, Randy. I didn't actually do that. That wasn't my conversation. I got that off of LinkedIn. But yeah, they should be scared of my wife. Latinas are scary, man. You guys, if you don't know, Latinas are scary. Good evening, fam. Good evening, Randy. Hello, Marion. Liquid Pop Eric. Holding DAI, and I'm scooping up all the PX I can get. Liquid Pop Eric, you really think the DAI is not going to it's not going to drop? I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to happen. Yes, exactly. Corey, this is exactly what can happen. mean, if all the money's pushing from PHEX and PulseX into Pulse, it's going to cause Pulse Chain to go, what? Like this, like a freaking rocket. And what do? You take a little bit of that and you put it back into Pulse Chain or in PulseX or PHEX. That would be the best plan. Yeah. Hey, mate, Brandon from OBR. Hi from Australia. Smart Gaming. Nice to meet you. Hello, Hexco. Ramon's in the house. What's up, bro? If PLS does 100x in the first 90 days, when will the best time to get into PLS with USD? Like wait a couple days or the very first day? Thanks for Benjamin. We're all at a loss here. This scenario of what is shaping up for Pulse Chain is going to be so unfamiliar. We've never been through this before. We've never had a token that we had to wait so long for a launch that had so much talk, that has so much economic energy behind it, that this thing, if it doesn't do the 100x, I'm really going to be disappointed. I kind of think it's going to. If there's no reason why we can't outperform Tron. Tron did 103x or 100x in 93 days. I think Pulse Chain could do the same. You know, what if it doesn't do 100x? What if it only does 20? All the people are going to still be very happy. 20x is amazing. So when do you get into Pulse? I'd be careful on day one. I'd be real careful. But if you're going to do the day one thing, I think the best play is just to find tokens on Ethereum that are less known, maybe not in the top 100, and just sell those to get some Pulse on the cheap when it first launches. Hi, Randy. Do you think after the next cycle, Hex will have a stable price, let's say around 50 cents to $1? For example, this cycle we saw it hold 2 cents to 3 cents. Yeah, I sure hope so. That would be amazing. But remember, there's big wallets out there that earn lots of Hex. And if it's at $1 and say they have 30 million Hex coming out, it wouldn't be smart of them, but they could just destroy the market for the day. So we'll have those days like when we complain when Hex goes from 3.5 cents down to 1.7 overnight. Well, instead of being that, it'll be more like going from $50 down to $18. Ouch. That's what, instead of pennies, we'll be talking in 10 cent. Ouch, or dollars, whatever. Have you seen the NFT fighting game with RH in it? Yeah, Fox Mulder. I have seen it. Brilliant. And when he does his little butt thing, when he's twerking at the end of the fight, that was funny. Fed meeting tomorrow night, tank the markets if they raise by 0.5. Oh, they're not. I don't think they're going to do 0.5, Fox Motor. I highly doubt that. I'm using the Canadians as example of what could happen because the Canadians just announced 0.25, but they're not going to do any more. Well, the US is probably not going to copy it, but they're going to do something that rhymes. So it'll probably be 0.25 tomorrow, then next month 0.25, and then they'll stop, right? I'm hoping. Tom C, hello. One more question, Randy. I want to get my PLS hat or PEX hat. You have any referral code for merch? No, I don't think they have a referral code, Zovidia. Pretty soon we'll have ours too. We're going to open up a store online so you guys can get everything at our store. We're working on that. I can't do everything though. I got to rely on my wife to do the graphic design stuff and setting up the store. What was the L1 that you spoke about last week that may do 100 next bull run? Not financial advice. Oh, that'd be AVAX. Avalanche, Christopher. Avalanche is going to just do wonders. Now, it's dangerous for me to tell people to do things like that or to recommend things like that because I believe, and I think the guys, Corey and Dane were talking about this morning, how sticking to one ecosystem is probably the best bet. Get to know one ecosystem inside and out. Know everything about it. Learn how to use Liquid Loans. Learn how to use Power City. Learn how to use Fiat.io and maximize your capabilities within one network. You don't have to be degen like me. I'm just saying that because Avalanche has been around a while, it's the last bull cycle coin. This next bull cycle, you want an easy 100x, it's probably going to be Avalanche, right? It's not as speculative of the stuff that's coming on Pulse Chain. So if you want to be a little bit conservative with some of your money, Avalanche is a good bet. Blackaroni. See you, Matt Bali. Hexander, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you in here. Hey, Randy, what is your opinion on Zen NFT? Alex, I have not done any and I will not do any. I have my Zen mints, and most of them are due in like 380 days or something. That's all I'm going to do with Zen. And I'll probably burn some of those for the X1 token. That's the layer 1 chain that they're building. That's about it. There's nothing that excites me about Zen. It seems so blah, seriously. But it could do multiple X in the next bull run. Justin, Pulse Chain OG. Hey, everyone. Hello. What's the indicator on Hex currently? Sell liquid before full moon? No, not so much sell liquid. It's, let me see. Hex has got a green indicator right now on the weekly. Check the daily. And it's got a sell indicator on the daily. So the green, the moving average is about to drop below the red one. So we got negative, and we're below the demand index is below 0. So although Hex has had a good couple days, overall it's not looking that great. So maybe some people got a little bit scared knowing that there's a very large stake coming out tomorrow, and they didn't realize that it's the God whale. The God whale has a history of not selling off his Hex. So we'll see. DCN, your favorite cryptos and hold, stake, mint, whatever. Holding for a long time is key. Be patient. That is the one thing you all need to learn. Even I need to learn that sometimes, right? I have my main coins, my main bag, every portfolio, right? And then I have my trading bag, the ones that I go in and out of. But I don't talk about that much with you guys because I don't want you to go down that road. It's easy to lose a lot of money on it. So I generally keep it pretty quiet. The fact that a huge percentage of people think we are going up means we are not at the bottom of the macro bear. Ramon, that's kind of how I feel. I don't follow the lemmings. The crazy thing is all these people, all these influencers in crypto have all switched to being bulls overnight. It's like, we're now bulls. And they were crying themselves to sleep just 2 months ago. So great update. Thank you, whiskey drinker. Yeah, Liquid Loans, amazing. Liquid Loans and now Power City, guys. Corey was talking about this morning how Power City is going to have their own stable coin. They're forking Liquidity as well, and you're not going to have to sell your Liquid Loan or your PulseX. You're going to be able to use leverage on your PulseX and borrow against it. For example, if Power City launches 2 months after PulseX launches, Pulse Chain launches, and Liquid Loans does the same thing, you could take a portion of your bags, say 10% of your bags, borrow against that 10%, and we're still early in the bull market, right? So maybe in 3 or 4 months or 6 months, the coin appreciates and you'll have your loan plus you would have paid it back. So you didn't lose. Maybe you paid it back with more expensive coins. So now you have your coins plus the loan. Get your cake and you can eat it. That's what I'm talking about. But if it goes the other way against you and say that you leverage too much and the price does dip, you still have your loan, even if you get liquidated. That's a cool thing of what, as I understand it, with Power Cities token and with Liquid Loans. There's been bad stuff happening forever. Never stopped Bitcoin or cryptocurrency from pumping. Is beyond all expectations. So peanut brittle. Let me tell you something. This is the first time in the history of Bitcoin where we've had interest rates rising. So if Bitcoin can get over this hurdle and say that we are going to pump, if the bull market is here, it could be, but I'm just leaning more towards bear still. This has never been experienced by Bitcoin before. So let's see how it goes. BRICS is an interesting concept, but the dollar rules supreme. The dollar rules supreme until a better currency comes along. And this better currency coming along is a CBDC backed by gold. That means it has hard assets behind it, whereas the US dollar has tanks and planes and belief. That's all it really has, right? We'll see which one wins out. Good money tends to flow, or money tends to flow to good money. And fiat is terrible money, whereas gold-backed currency, as we saw prior to 1971, was good money. Then the US and Nixon just reneged on all their promises. The BRICS are making their own currency, but are they close to replacing the dollar? I don't think so. Yeah, you may be right. They're not replacing the dollar. They are making their own system. And now Saudi wants to sign up to that system. That was the news the other day. And even Argentina wants to be part of that system. The more countries that go over to that system and they leave the US dollar system, it does not bode well for the US dollar. But the US dollar will survive for a long time. It'll just be inflated, and inflated, just like the euros. Yeah, Rod, awesome. Judge said it's not a security. That's great. I still have a nice amount of library credits sitting around. Good talking with you today, Randy. To gain the knowledge, I always go to the source, and crypto, that's you. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. What was the deal with the communist coin? Or communist? I took mine and I got like $1,200. It was like a free airdrop, guys. I took advantage of it. I like free money. Who doesn't like free money? That dump at 67K was FTX messing around. Was it Expedition? I don't know. Because I don't pay attention to Bitcoin anymore. I was so into Hex at the time and paying attention to what's happening with Hex. I just kind of missed what was happening in the Bitcoin market. Hey, Paul's grandpa, another hello from down under. Nice. Great time for a stream for you guys, right? For my Patreon group, we're having like private strategy meetings. And the first one is Thursday night at 8 p.m. And then next week, I'll do it in the morning so that our European friends can join us. So mix it up a little bit because I feel bad for I got a lot of UK followers and UK and Ireland and that. And it's so the wee hours. Hello, Franklin. Good to see you, sir. Always dapper as usual. Jimmy Diamond. Hey, Randy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Okay. Oswald says, I'm planning on a 8-week DCA for Pulse and PulseX. ETH found its bottom on the 12th week after launch. I love to see the NFT FTX wrecked top buyers, sackers to dump their bags the first couple months. Yeah. So also you can also follow what happened with Hex at launch, right? The first couple days it was high and then it just tapered off. And then it hit its low in January and February before it rocketed up in March. So March would be about the 90-day time frame or 90 to 100 days. So that's what I'm following. And it seems to happen repeatedly, not just currently, but in the history of crypto. This is how coins do. They initial pump, then dump, then they go up like this, and then they trend down for a little while. I know Hex didn't have that at launch. It just had that initial pump in the first day. But other coins throughout history, that's what they do. I'm kind of hoping the same thing happens. I don't think it's going to drop below the 0.0001 for Pulse Chain, but you might be able to get it close. Crypto Kirby has done a pretty good TA on the next crypto move. It looks extremely bearish. Really, I have to check that out. Will Hex outperform Avalanche in the next bull run? Ooh. Yeah. Well, thing is, with Hex you have two, right? Or actually four. If you've had Hex for a while, you got four chains. So it's going to be hard for Avalanche to outperform that because it's just a single chain, right? You're going to have so many Hex around. You get copy here, you get copy there. If you got them staked, you're earning Hedron. How can you compete with that? That's the cool thing with Hex, is that as long as you're staked, you've got money coming at you from all different places. And I still think that Pulse Chain and PulseX and Hex stakers, over the next year, the amount of airdrops we get is probably going to approach 50K, my guess, in USD terms, for anybody who sacrificed for both of them, and maybe some different airdrops for Hex stakers. Hex Monkey, always great catching Randy's stream. Hope everyone is good tonight. Hex Monkey, one of the best guys in Hexico. Squid Lord showed up. I've been working my new job with a stop slow bat, the only unvaxxed job I could get. Really? Got massive Hex Icosa bags, so I don't care. That's right. Icosa, man. That's the sleeping giant that's going to just do things. I'm super excited for it. I'm telling you guys, watch Icosa. As Hex pumps, Icosa is just going to just blow people's minds. Do I need a Binance wallet to buy Avalanche? No, absolutely not. No, I use SimpleSwap. Here, let me show you guys again, because I love to show you how things work. Here we go. Here on SimpleSwap, so start a new exchange. You have, we'll change this to Ethereum. We'll change this to Avalanche, and it has to be a certain kind of Avalanche. It has to be Avax C chain. That's their main chain. So you click here and say we'll do 1 ETH. 1 ETH will get you 79.18 Avalanche. And what you do is you put in your address over here. This is because Avalanche is a Ethereum EVM. You just take your address from Ethereum, you put it in here, and it'll automatically do the conversion with a create and exchange. And then on the next screen, it says gives you the address to send the ETH to. So it works really good. So you type in how much you want, you click create exchange, then it gives you the address, you send the tokens, and then usually anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, the coins will show up in your wallet. But your AVAX coins are going to actually be on the AVAX chain. So you could use the same chain that your Ethereum is on. Or not same chain, the same address that your Ethereum is on. It's just that you have to change your RPC code in your MetaMask. So you click on the RPCs, you click it down, and it'll show you Avalanche chain. It'll show you, like, that's where Pulse Chain version 2B is. Any other chains, Tron, whatever you're using, you can actually change it right there, and that's where your AVAX tokens will sit. And in order to do anything on Avalanche, you need some AVAX anyways, because it's just like Ethereum. It's one of my it's one of the few tokens that I have outside of the Pulse Chain ecosystem. And the reason why I recommend this, guys, using SimpleSwap, because I don't recommend to anybody using centralized exchanges. Just let them do it for you. That way you don't have to do any KYC or anything. Change Now offers the same stuff. The Fed's not finished breaking things yet. The run up in the market's trying to call their bluff. We are close to the first of the month. Yeah. Good evening, Randy. You see TikTok CEO and COO have to testify to the House of the USA on March 23rd. Paul, you know why that's going on, right? It's because TikTok is eating the lunch of all these big tech companies. Absolutely eating their lunch. And the US wants to protect their companies. So let's call TikTok to the stand. I don't believe the narrative is because it's a Chinese company. I believe the narrative is because, please don't kick me off here, Google. But these companies, the one that I'm on, that you guys are watching me on, they don't like the competition. Either does Facebook, LinkedIn, they don't. So many eyeballs are being focused on TikTok now, so they don't want the competition. Oswald said, "I'm from the UK, but DJ, so is always a nice after work stream for me." Ah, okay, you're a late nighter. I get it. What is your strategy to cash out in bull run? Once I feel comfortable that the bull run is on, every time a coin doubles, I'll take 20% out. That's the strategy. It's simple. I won't do it from the beginning. See, if Pulse Chain launches at, the SEC rate was 0.0001. If it goes to 0.0002, I'm not going to take out 20%. It makes no sense. I would probably wait until it does its first 100x, and then every time it doubles, I'll take out 20%. That's how I feel about Pulse Chain. And Hex, I would probably do that. If I was liquid Hex, I would probably do that at about the 50-cent level. Because I think 50 cents is a perfect fit for Hex. That's a good number. Avalanche, build your bags, build your bags. If they get it right, building your bags will make your nights to come, just in the opinion. And Hex will not outperform Avax. Think about it. Well, Avalanche is a layer 1. So the chances are no, just Hex by itself will not outperform Avalanche. But all the different things that Hex you get paid with staking, that could outperform Avalanche. And having the different copies, having your eHex, your pHex, your ETH POW hex, your ETH Fair hex. I don't know what those are going to do. Those possibly could go on a run too. We'll see. And then having all your Hedron staked, all your Icosa staked across all these different chains. Yeah, you can't do that with Avalanche. We'll see what they come out with though. Check the price of Comcoin on Nomics. Defect. I don't use Nomics, but let's go to Deck Screener. Here, let's pull it up. Show you guys. Got Hedron there. Let's see. It's up 14.75%. Whoa, Nelly. Congratulations, those who bought it or are holding to their onto their Comunis tokens. It's up 14.75% today. Wow. It's only 144,000 liquidity though, so it's not like you had a ton that you could sell it, but that is a very, let's pull it in. So it dipped really bad. Now it's back to its original prices. So very cool. I'm just not excited about that one. Let's see. Let's see what one I am excited about. Icosa. So it's 59.56. Tracking right with Hex. Let's give it a little fire here. So cool. All right, what else we got here? Hello, Maddie. Good evening, sir. What's your thoughts on bridging USDC over from ETH to DCA with after launch? That's a great idea. I mean, bridging it over is the safe way. Don't count on it getting a copy, though. If you get the copy, look, when ETH POW came out, when ETH 2.0 came out, and then ETH POW was a fork, people were hoping that the USDC was going to have value. It had value for like an hour. And then everyone just sold it into the dirt. Is it worth buying a Whatsa or should I focus on Icosa Hedron? I would just, if you get a Whatsa, I mean, they're a little bit overpriced right now. They definitely have a premium. So Icosa Hedron will probably be cheaper. So you have big bags of Icosa. We're going to keep it honest. You sweet smile on your stories never hide when you're lying. Yeah, I know. I got lots of Icosa. I love Icosa. Thanks, Randy, for all you do for the community. You're welcome, Z. Okay. See, there we go. Ethereum virtual machine, Daniel. That's what an EVM is. So all layer ones that are based on Ethereum or forks of Ethereum are EVMs. Pulse Chain will be an EVM. That's it. Just famous. That's all you're going to send in the message is just famous. I sacrifice for famous, guys. Can you convert BTC to ETH on Simple Swap? For sure. Here, let's look it up. Let's do it together. Let's see. BTC to ETH. There you go. Perfect. I've been using it for years. Simple Spot's been my go-to probably since 2018. Human text trafficker, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. ICOSA has a maximum supply of 2 million. It could easily be $1,000. Is it got a max supply? I didn't know it had a max supply. Could somebody verify that? BTC with a supply of 21 million managed to get to 69,000 with a way higher circulating supply. That's weird. Yeah, that's how I thought. I didn't think ICOSA had a max supply. I think it was based on the T-share rate. Yes, Maddie's in the house. You know, I think that this sentence this time is different can actually be true. Everyone knows now how the cycles work. That's why shit is going so weird and unclear. Expect the unexpected. That's what my friend last night said. He said, listen, he goes, we've never had this kind of situation. We've never had a Bitcoin double top like we did in 2021 and 2020. So yeah, I agree with you there. And we didn't have the blow off top in the last bull cycle. Free money, baby. I like that free money. How do people get the Calm airdrop? You have to go to their website. I got it for you. I'll put the Communis website in the chat for you because it's just safe that way. There you go. Funk Master Hex. Go ahead and get your free coins. Namek said Calm was up. Oh, okay. No. Your heart is in the right place. Love your view as long as not self-serving. Of course. Yeah, I wear that's the thing about me. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So it's really easy to see how I feel about stuff. I'm earning so much Hedron and ICOSA. I got to be honest. I know nothing about them. It's ridiculous. I think before this big person came in and they bought or staked 1.3 million ICOSA. Before that person did that, we were earning 360% APY. 360. I don't know what it is now. It's probably down closer to 300, maybe even below that a little bit. But still, that's a crazy amount. What you talking about, Willis? By having a native hex stake and free claim in the Calm. Yeah, there you go. If you have stakes, you're fine. Waters Above expects the Wyckoff spring around October, so this current pump could go to May before the big final dump. Oh, really? He's talking. It can go to May. I remember him saying that we'd be possibly going into the bull market in May. Oh no, Waters Above's killing me. I'll have to bring him back on our show and have him explain what's going on. Hey, Randy, what's your opinion on ASIC token? Do you think it can do well in the long run? J-Dog, I don't own it. I don't participate. I don't like the founders. Hex Info, or whatever his name is. I don't like him very much on Twitter. He doesn't show his face. So Wolverine, he could do whatever he wants. I have nothing against him. He could participate in any coin he wants. He's not the founder. So that's about it for the ASIC token. I'm not excited about it one bit. I was really pissed when they did the Pulse Doge thing, Pulse Doge coin, when they just took a name of a coin that already launched called Pulse Doge. The original, the one that came out in like August of 2021. Oh god. Is everyone moist on library? It just seems tasty and for just the YouTube alternative. Look, man, I've got considerable amount of followers on library. Here, let's go over check it out. You guys might not even, if you've never used Odyssey, this is where you're going to find all the stuff for library. The library.com, they shut it down. The library version of this shut down. Now Odyssey is the only place that you're actually using it. You see all my wife's stuff here. I don't even know how many followers I have. My channel page. See, we're actually live streaming right now. Just I don't even know how to check my profile here. Whatever. And then you got you could do invites. You could set up memberships. You can actually pay so that you don't get any ads. And I was like that for a while. Here's my wallet. I got like 18,480 in here. My wife has more than me. But what's cool about Odysee, guys, is that if you have a channel, like I've got 158 right now, you can go to any channel. Let's go back here. Go to my wife's channel, for example. She got 2,132. You can click on support, right? And you can either tip or you can boost. So let's go with the boost. And it comes from my channel. And I'll say, let's boost her with 25 library credit tokens. And you just boost. So what happens when you boost the other person's channel, see boost transaction successful, is that they show up at the top of Library Better. Maybe when you go to the home screen, there's a chance, like see how she shows up in the top of mine. She'll be the top one I see. And you see how Crypto Coffee is showing up right here. He's doing really well with it, Crypto Coffee. It's funny because he's the only other Hexagon I really see over here. Our buddy, what's his name? The red beard, kind of disappeared. He was all over here too until he stopped making content. My wife, that's my son's video here. And when people watch your videos, you actually make a little bit of library credits. I don't know what's going to happen with library. The token should pop off if everything's good and they decide that it's not a security. It should do very well. So I'm excited about it. I pay attention. I was on the team, guys. If you guys don't know, when we launched Library Latin America, my wife and I joined the team, and we were on the team for about 4 months and did some marketing for them and stuff. How I Made said, thoughts on them injecting our livestock with mRNA. Do you think that's why Biden calling the pandemic over in May, as in they're going to get us vaxxed through eating the animals? Hopefully the farmers rise up and say no to that. Hopefully. Yeah, true. Odysee is amazing. Yeah, see, he fixed it. Odysee. It's an amazing platform. Not sure if it's new news. Elon with Twitter applying for something to be similar to PayPal. Ooh, really? I would love that. I hate the fact that I have to go through PayPal for stuff, but it's my only connection to the U.S. markets. I guess I could set up a Stripe account, but I don't want to deal with that either. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great night. Be back tomorrow night. I think tomorrow is Tuesday. So cheers in Panama, guys.